This is a watch list of stocks that I noticed got beat down. You could see the name of the watch list up here, beat down, because they just all of a sudden one day just lost tons and tons of value. And these blank ones that you see here are all ones that were delisted all of a sudden. So just as fast as these stocks are here, they could be gone tomorrow. You never know. Be careful when thinking about buying any of these stocks, especially if they're below $1. Thank you so much for coming back and choosing to view this video and check out these charts with me. It is Friday, the 22nd of November, 2024, and today was a rough day for our watch list. But before we get into that, I wanted to remind everybody about the timestamps down in the description below. You can skip to the stock that you want to see right away. Also want to remind mobile users that you can pinch and zoom to see the charts in case you're having trouble. All right, let's get this out of the way. The bad news, we are down 51.27% on the day, and that brings us down 22.3% on the week. Whew. Well, that's a whole lot on a day of losses, and if you're in the market and you have this money out there, you're like, well, now what do I do? So you've got your classic three choices. You could hold. That means you don't sell any stock. You just keep it. You just wait it out, and hopefully it comes back. You could sell, and that gives you a loss. You just take your loss and move on. Try to make better trades. You could try to buy at the bottom again. You could try and buy at the bottom again. If you see the stock going down, you think it might have a reversal, you can try and buy in again. But I personally don't trade that way because I feel if I miss the bottom the first time, chances are I'm going to miss the bottom the second time, and it'll continue to go lower. So one thing you don't want to do is continue to lose money. So sometimes you got to cut your losses and you let it go, or you leave it for what you hope to be not too much of a lifetime hold, but you hold it and you hope it goes up. I had this exact thing happen with the stock FCEL. They are a hydrogen company, and there was a lot of news about hydrogen at the time. This was years ago, and I bought in, and I bought in at the height of all that news, not knowing that this stock would slowly go to zero, and just in recent days they split. It's just been bad ever since. I did cut my losses on that one. I ended up selling. I don't remember exactly what I sold for, but I did cut my losses. I held one share just to have one share, but it ended up going nowhere. So it's a tough decision to make. It depends on your finances. Again, this video and these videos are not financial advice, but you got to make the best decision with the information that you have. Speaking of information, let's get to our information about the watch list and see where we went wrong today. Holy cow, ENSC, what happened? I don't know what happened here. This thing just fell off of a cliff. This is not a good look. However, we are getting the 7, 8, and 9 indicators, so it looks like there could be a reversal, and it's up 2.63% in the post market. The MACD is fully negative, as well as the RSI being inverted and very diverged to the downside. We are at the 180 day, and we are showing a green candle in the post market, so that could be good news that the 180 line is acting as support, and we'll get a nice bounce off that. The 200 day is not far away, and that would definitely be providing resistance. There's not much volume on the right hand side either, which does explain the downward turn that happened today. We definitely need to get some more volume back into ENSC to see it come back to the upside. UNCY squeaking in with a 0.42 increase on the day, nominal, but we'll take any green we can get on a day like today. The RSI is in the correct position and diverged. Looks like this stock is poised to go higher. We do have to get through the weekend. It is above the 9-day, and the trend cloud is supportive. The MACD is showing a weak green oscillation right now. We are seeing some positive movement, 1.47% in the post market. We'll see on Sunday if UNCY makes the list for next week. PMN is the next one, up 7.8% on the day. That's great to see that. PMN has struggled all week, kind of sidestepping, so it's nice to have it break out. The RSI is diverged, and the purple is on top, so that's the correct position for an increase in pricing. That's what we like. Even though we have two negative candles on the MACD, we did flick to a positive green candle, and we are at the end of the 9-day on the final candle. This one could keep sidestepping for a while. PLBY had a great day today, up 6.09%. It was up a bit higher than that during the trading day, getting up to $1.27. The RSI is in the correct position and diverging, with the MACD and a strong green positive oscillation. So PLBY is moving up, and this again is one that I said I think is going to move higher throughout the Christmas season here. If it is a repeat of last Christmas, we could see $2 or $2.25 out of PLBY. NXL was the 500% mover that we've been keeping an eye on. It's sidestepping right now. The MACD is in a negative oscillation, and the RSI is touching, so not much confidence that we're going to get a move to the upside. There is a large gap in volume, getting all the way down to that $2.82 level. We'll see how it fares along with a 50-day on Monday. NEXA down 0.25% on the day. Right now it is underneath the 9-day, with the trend cloud showing resistance. The RSI is in the correct position, however the two lines are touching. On just a quick observation, you'll see that all of these candles are wicked to the downside, so if you're working with stop losses, this will tell you that you may want to use this to help you set your stop loss so you don't get stopped out unnecessarily. The channel favorite KULR coming through with some good numbers today, 6.74% on the day. Big thanks to KULR for help lifting our numbers a little bit. We're above the 9-day, and we're up in the the post market. The trend cloud is showing support, so that's a good thing. MACD is back on a strong green oscillation. We like that. Looks like you're holding this gap in volume, which is a good sign too. The RSI is in the correct position. However, the lines just tick together a little bit, so they are converging. We're getting action even in the post market with KULR. Everyone's excited about this one. No one was excited about CETX today, down 41.59% on the day. This thing absolutely tanked the watch list. However, to be completely fair, on Sunday this one was showing purple candles that were false purple candles like these up here. They were indicating a change in direction. However, we didn't get that. We just fell to the downside. This is the third time in a row. So seeing this one down 41% isn't really a shocker given how far it's fallen in the recent past. CETX is definitely off the list for next week, and I have plenty of information on how my indicators perform. GETY was one that was put on the list because it's a larger company, and I figured it would come back after the sharp loss that it had over here. While there has been a little bit of movement, it definitely hasn't been in the correct direction. When it started to hit this 285, 286 level, I got hopeful it would have a good reversal and V back up, but that has not been the case. Strangely enough, even though we are in a downtrend, the MACD is showing a positive oscillation. I suppose that's coming from that whole 1.78%. The RSI is in the correct position. I don't think GETY will be making any sharp moves up anymore. The only line that was challenged was the 20-day EMA right back here, and that candle quickly got smacked down. I could see sidestepping coming from GETY for a while, but the proof will be on Sunday if it makes the watch list for next week. LDTC coming up with a dime of gains today. Thankful for that. The RSI looks to be good as far as position, and it is diverging. We're way above the 9 on the final candle, which is always good to see, and the MACD looks to be coming out of a negative oscillation. We're just at the top of our volume on the right hand side here with the candle, so it looks like the volume is also going to support this price for Monday. We'll see if LDTC makes the cut on Sunday. PRTS, parts.com, this one is holding its own throughout the week. It's up. It initially started, I think we started the week around 98 cents or so, up to $1.12, almost 1% gain today. As far as where we're sitting and where the price might go next, the RSI is saying that we're cooling off. We are on a final green candle. However, it is lower than the previous candle, and the MACD is showing less intensity on that green color. There's not much volume below this candle to support it, so we could see parts.com do a retracement down to the $9 level on Monday. DDC not helping us out today, down 12.5%. These stocks are killing. We're below the 9-day on the candle. The RSI is in the correct position. However, those lines are really too close for comfort. The MACD showing strong green candles. However, there's not much volume there, especially even just compared to the last big pump that we had. These candles right over here. The 50-day is quickly approaching, as well as the 180. Been backing up. The volume looks a little light in these areas. So DDC could go higher, but it's going to have a really tough time getting there. HAO down on the day, a little over 1.5%. The MACD is cooling off, and the RSI has touched and diverged again. We're sitting on top of the volume here with this candle at this final green candle. It does wick down right to the edge of the volume, and it has popped right back up. So that's a good sign for HAO that there is some strength there. The trend cloud still does show support, and the 180-day is now underneath the 9-day. This could be a good look for HAO on Monday. However, we'll have to see if it makes the list on Sunday. So it's Friday. It's the end of the trading week, and even though our watch list is down 22%, I'm not going to let that get me down through the rest of the weekend. I'm still going to do all the same things I was going to do, because any trades that I made were made with my trading budget. Now, none of these videos are financial advice. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm just a regular guy with a regular job. You should do your own homework and your own research before you buy any of these stocks. Many of these penny stocks that I look at on this channel are very, very risky, and there is a very high chance that you could go to zero before you know it. This is a watch list of stocks that I noticed got beat down. You could see the name of the watch list up here, beat down, because they just all of a sudden one day just lost tons and tons of value. And these blank ones that you see here are all ones that were delisted all of a sudden. So just as fast as these stocks are here, they could be gone tomorrow. You never know. Be careful when thinking about buying any of these stocks, especially if they're below $1. Today's inspiration, I'm bringing back the inspiration from you guys, my followers, your comments, your likes, your views. I love seeing the views. I love seeing that you guys are coming here searching for KULR, and you'll never even see this part of the video. However, if you are watching this, I appreciate you the most because you made it all the way through and you're actually consuming my content. And I hope this content is bringing you value. If there's anything that you'd like to see, please leave it in the comments below or send me a message, and I'd be happy to feature it on the show. And as always, I'd be doing this anyway, but I'd rather be doing it with you. I'll see you on Sunday.